The aircraft often referred to as the J-36 continues to attract international attention, but much of the discourse surrounding it remains speculative, unverifiable, and heavily shaped by narrative construction rather than grounded in transparent technological or operational evidence. Despite significant digital circulation, particularly via Chinese social media, state-backed outlets, and global defense commentary, there remains no official military confirmation of the aircraft's name, development stage, technical specifications, or deployment roadmap. All references to the J-36 stem from third-party observations, industry leaks, and visual material interpreted or amplified by non-governmental sources. The origins of this so-called sixth-generation fighter can be traced to images and brief footage that began emerging around late 2023 and intensified through 2024 and 2025. These visuals, primarily satellite shots of airfields, photos of aircraft covered in tarps or observed taxiing with distinct low observable shapes, have fueled public assumptions about the progress and readiness of China's next advanced combat aircraft. However, the authenticity and context of these images are rarely confirmed by credible aviation bodies or regulatory agencies. As of today, there is still no independently verified record of any full flight test, weapons systems integration, or airframe endurance trials associated with the platform. In parallel, several regional and international media outlets have helped propagate an image of rapid advancement. Headlines routinely suggest that the platform is a response to other nations' sixth-generation development projects or portray it as part of an imminent strategic shift in regional airpower balance. These claims are often supported by vague assertions, anonymous defense sources, or interpretive analysis of runway activity and airframe outlines, rather than technical white papers, declassified design criteria, or open documentation from aerospace engineers or procurement bodies. A closer examination of the media cycle surrounding the aircraft shows a deliberate strategy that blends secrecy with suggestive visibility. This includes selective leaks of artist renderings, statements from retired or unnamed military personnel, and state-affiliated bloggers who discuss the aircraft in broad ideological terms rather than measurable capability. The result is a perception bubble where a partially cited prototype is positioned as a finished product with tactical advantages not yet substantiated by testing or deployment evidence. This strategy, while not unprecedented, reflects a pattern in which ambiguity is used to fuel external speculation. By releasing only partial truths or engineered visuals, the aircraft's developers may be leveraging psychological and diplomatic effects over immediate battlefield utility. The ability to shape how other countries allocate resources, adjust defense procurement, or interpret regional airspace dynamics can be a form of soft deterrence, even if the platform itself is not ready for combat. Such approaches are often described as information domain warfare or strategic perception shaping. Technical discussions of the platform frequently include references to features like adaptive stealth, unmanned or optionally manned operation, AI pilot augmentation, and ultra-long-range sensors. However, as of August 2025, there has been no concrete demonstration of these systems functioning in a live or integrated setting. No verifiable telemetry data, pilot test logs, radar cross-section (RCS) analyses, or software capability assessments have been made available through any open or restricted aerospace channels. This absence has led defense observers to question whether the aircraft is anything more than an experimental frame undergoing static testing or preliminary taxi trials. Even among pro-development commentators, there is growing skepticism about the level of operational maturity. Discussions increasingly point out that the platform lacks the infrastructural support systems typically associated with sixth-generation aircraft. There is no visible investment in drone swarm coordination centers, next-generation satellite relays for beyond visual range (BVR) communications, or logistic pathways that would enable high sortie rates for such an advanced platform. Without these elements, any claims of operational readiness remain structurally unsupported. Meanwhile, several policy analysts and defense researchers have described the J-36 as a case study in overexposure. The aircraft's image has been magnified across social media ecosystems, amplified by echo chambers that prioritize visual intrigue over engineering realism. This cycle of visual content, reaction videos, and speculative infographics contributes to what many call the paper tiger phenomenon, where a platform appears formidable through media representation but lacks the practical depth and verified functionality needed to alter tactical or strategic equations. The implications of this dynamic are significant. If adversaries or observers overestimate the aircraft's capability based on incomplete or curated information, it could lead to premature defense realignments, miscalculated diplomatic posturing, or inflated procurement decisions. Conversely, internal belief in the platform's readiness may delay investment in more critical near-term technologies, resulting in strategic gaps hidden behind high-profile prototypes. As of today, no credible reports confirm operational squadrons, serial production plans, or formal induction of this platform into active duty. Its appearance in satellite images or low-quality test footage cannot be equated with strategic deployment or technological leadership. The heavy reliance on suggestive optics, narrative framing, and speculative commentary indicates that its current role may be less about combat readiness and more about psychological presence. The international community continues to monitor developments, but the prevailing expert view remains cautious. Until proven flight tests, functional system integration, and transparent program milestones are revealed, the J-36 remains a symbolic prototype whose public presence outweighs its verified capability. It serves more as a tool of perception shaping than an immediate military asset,